This video is brought to you by the kind people at patreon.com/Kuncan. Love y'all. Hi, if you're subscribed to me, you know a while ago I said that I was done with TikTok, but for this, I'm back on. This story is just too much to ignore, and it does involve TikTok, so I'm here. And it's bad. My first introduction to this story is when I saw this image on Twitter. It's a man edited to look like a baby. I had no idea what I was looking at, and if this is your first time seeing it too, you're probably just as lost as I was. So I read some comments and learned that this was a reaction to a series of TikToks that this guy had made. So I decided to go to his TikTok and see what he was doing that would warrant him, being edited like a baby. And here's what I found.
That even beautiful women, bad bitches, are single today. It's simple. Feminism. Feminism taught you women that you a queen, you God's gift to this earth, you the prize. No, the fuck you ain't.
Oh boy, I understand the baby thing now. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me here today. Part 1, the incel in an alpha male costume. Today we are looking at the work of the TikTok user HeartbreakNino617. Great name. His content is geared towards giving women advice so they can be more appealing and attractive to men. His content is also controversial in nature due to the fact that, well, he's being insulting and demeaning. To the point where, again, this image of him as a baby went viral. That does not happen based on innocence. So today I thought we'd take a look at his account, see what he's posting, and see what exactly the commotion is about. Attacking women under the guise of self-help is already a pretty disgusting move, so to start, I am not on this guy's side. But I still want to hear him out myself, hear what he's saying directly from him, so let's get started.
Why is it that even beautiful women, bad bitches, are single today? It's simple. Feminism. Feminism taught you women that you a queen, you God's gift to this earth, you the prize. No, the fuck you ain't. No, you ain't. You ain't a queen. You ain't never gonna be my queen because you ain't my mother. You don't love me unconditionally. You love me under conditions.
Pause the video. Is that a shower curtain over his window? That's actually not important. What's important is this man's fundamental misunderstanding of feminism and women in general. Last I checked, feminism is about gender equality and leveling the playing field for all identities, not teaching women that they're God's gift to this earth. That's just a nice thing to say about a person. Also, I've noticed that there's a lot of men who take these disturbing generalizations about women, but then throw in, oh, except my mom. He says, I'm not going to love you unconditionally because you're not my mom. You know you're allowed to love your mom and other people, right? Moms are great, I get it, but you gotta diversify who you show your respect to.
And the problem is that I'm a man, I'm a leader, I'm the toxic asshole guy, the tool, right?
Smoke alarm. You gotta change those batteries, dude. That's important.
Because when we go out, right, you expect me to take care of you, right? When we go out, I pay for it. You good. We go to the store, hey, get some shoes. You good. I got you. But when I tell you to do something, do it.
Gross. You do not get to control someone's actions because you bought them shoes, you fuckhead. That's demented behavior. Also, don't date people who want you to pay for everything if that's something you're uncomfortable with. Find people who want to split a bill. That's not hard. I get how someone expecting you to pay for them all the time can be a little annoying, but you don't have to blame an entire gender for that. This is not a problem with women. Like, not all women do this. Did I just not all women? Oh my god.
That's the problem. Don't expect me to chase you and beg you and get on my knees, bro. I'm not submissive. I'm dominant. And then what happens is, I don't want to be with that. He's toxic, he's bad. Your friends tell you he's a bad guy, right? Then you go be with the nice guy and you end up cheating on him or leaving him because he's weak. He don't make you feel nothing. He don't blow the back.
Again, if someone wants you to chase them and you do not want to chase them, don't chase them. But also, don't make a weird manifesto on TikTok where you call out women and bad bees. Circling back to his girls only like nice guys comment, anytime someone brings up that argument, you know that there is a nuclear level of insecurity just emanating from his core. He's calling himself dominant on TikTok because he's insecure about women dating people he thinks are nicer than him. This is a train wreck. But it is almost over, so let's keep going.
That's the problem. You're the problem. You're delusional.
That's right, women. All women on the planet. I diagnose you with delusion. Where is he walking to? If you got your phone, man, it's back here. All right, so if you found any piece of advice within that video that you think is actually helpful, don't interact with me ever again. Blaming all women for your personal dating experiences, if that's even what he's doing, is beyond stupid. Women aren't a monolith because people are different. Not to blow this guy's mind here, but we're only one video in. We're just getting started. Let's take a look at the second video.
If I can give some dating advice to women, I would tell you, number one, there's two types of guys in this world. There's more the leadership, alpha, dominant type of guys like myself, usually the breadwinner, or there's more of the submissive type of guy who likes to let his women lead and she's more of the breadwinner.
Oh my God, again with the dominant and submissive talk. This isn't that type of website.
My advice to you is experiment with both. Most women always are trying to be more dominant in a relationship with submissive guys, so that's normal.
He's not entirely wrong. It's true that there are some couples who don't do the same amount of work because people work different jobs. Some people have more motivation to work, but others don't. That's just personal choice. I don't think those are the two types of people out there, but, you know, you do you.
Okay, but why don't most of you guys try to chase and be with more dominant type of guys, but you don't be submissive. Try being submissive. See what makes you feel better.
Again, there is a nugget of truth wrapped somewhere within all of that. I do believe that people should experiment with their dating pool in order to gain experiences with people and learn from it. If you only date one specific type of person forever, you're going to learn a lot about that type of person, but not much else. I'm a huge advocate for trying new things and enriching your perspectives, especially when it comes to dealing with other people and understanding different ways of life. So he's right in that it's good to try out dating different people. I don't agree with bringing in the submissive and dominant terms into this, but whatever, let's keep going.
I mean, you only have one life, so why don't you try it? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is you guys think submissiveness is bad. What are you talking about? Submissiveness is the most feminine trait. That's why I can't be submissive. It doesn't feel natural to me. Being a leader, being dominant, being a man and masculine, it's the most masculine thing you could do is lead.
He keeps advertising himself as an alpha and a leader. Is he using TikTok as a dating app? I fucking hope he's not.
Most of you women are submissive, right? When you're submissive to the universe, trusting your intuition, not chasing, sitting back waiting, that's submissive to the universe.
Weird shit, man. Not everything needs to be broken into power dynamics. He said most women are submissive. Yeah? You've met most women? You did a little research, gathered all that evidence yourself? He's making baseless claims based on stereotypes. I don't know if there's anything more to it. Obviously there is. Let's finish this up with the third and final video. There's no way it could be the worst out of all of them, right?
Hold on, let me get this straight. Women want equality?
But he changed the batteries in your smoke detector. It's still beeping when you're filming. And can you put a shirt on or at least wear your pants a little higher?
Women want equality? I'm the queen. I'm the prize. A man should take care of me and provide for me. Happy wife, happy life.
Newsflash, women want equality because they're paid less than men, portrayed in media as less favorable than men, and treated differently by society as worse than men. It's been happening for decades. That's not a new thing. And thankfully it's better, to the point where people like this can make an argument that it doesn't exist. It's good that we've made progress to the point where sometimes it's invisible, but that doesn't mean the disease is cured. There is still a long way to go.
I have a kid with somebody else. It's not your kid, but if you're a real man, you'll provide and take care of us. You'll accept me for who I am. If I did everybody on the block, you should still love me. Because I'm a high-value woman. I'm a bad bee.
Not to interrupt the community theater going on here, but watching him pretend to be this mythical figmentation of what he thinks women are like is going to break me inside due to maximum cringe levels. I think you're allowed to respect women even if they have a kid. I even think you're allowed to respect women if they've slept with a lot of people. If you struggle with that, then that's an internal problem and not a problem with them. You should not respect people if they're mean-spirited or needlessly attack other people who don't deserve it. Kinda like what's happening right now with this guy.
Oh, I bet. So you want me to provide and take care of you? All right? Can you at least, cook and clean for me? You can cook and clean for yourself. Ain't you mean?
This is my new ringtone. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a call. Yeah, bullshit calling. If you still think it's the woman's job to cook and clean for the man, why don't you drive your Ford Mustang down to the malt shop and buy a milkshake for a nickel because you're stuck in the 60s? Again, this is my personal Duncan opinion, but I think supporting each other should be a collaborative effort. It is not hard to help each other cook and clean. Treating women like they're bridge trolls because they won't serve you like a king is dumb as hell.
I mean, you want me to provide and take care of you because you're a man. That's your job. Well, if you want me to lead and provide for you and take care of the family, can you at least do what I tell you to do? Not your slave. You narcissist. You abusive man. What's wrong with man?
So obviously, nobody really liked these videos. They all have tens of thousands of views, but they only have around 300 likes, so even the people receptive to this aren't really feeling them. After he got called out on Twitter, see attached photo, this guy did what anyone receiving criticism would do. He started a rap career. Yeah, all his videos are now just defending himself and promoting his music. I've listened to it. It's not great.
Came into a life like what's happening. Blow the back out, I think I turn into it when I'm rapping.
Kind of predictable at this point that this whole thing was a grift to promote himself, but whatever. But anyway, I think we've learned a valuable lesson here. We've learned not to generalize, not to make baseless claims based on gender, and we've learned to please wear a shirt when you make TikToks. This feels like a locker room. All right, I think we're done here. Part 2, the M word. I don't hate women. Hopefully that's not a big shock to you and that's the vibe I give off. I hate some people who are women, but that is just because assholes don't abide by a gender distinction. This guy, the TikTok man, he seems to hate women. Look at how he acts when he's representing them. Look at the inflection he has in his voice when he's mocking them. You can detect the malice dripping from the words he chooses to use, as if he hopes his word choice will inflict physical harm on the subject he's talking about. I don't understand the headspace or the mindset where anyone can hate an entire identity of people. And that's not me trying to be like, oh, look at Duncan, he's so woke and so progressive. I'm admitting a limitation of myself. I actually cannot understand how anyone can generalize an entire group based on a very selective data source. And I want to understand that, I think. But let's slow down. I don't think that Heartbreak Nino 617 actually hates all women. There's no way he bears contempt for every single woman in the world, right? He does have a line about loving his mother unconditionally, and I'm assuming he counts her as a woman. There's probably actresses and musicians that he admires, but do you think he views them through the same lens? If his Starbucks barista is a woman one day, does he just automatically assume that she's a submissive single mother who hates men and who's out to get him? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. If I had to venture a guess, I'd assume that this man has had some negative experiences with women, specifically in the realm of dating. I'm sure his brain must have picked up on a pattern based on how he was treated, and he is now making assumptions on future relationships based on that data he's collected. If he dated 2 women who treated him poorly and acted similarly, it makes sense why he might assume that the third might act the same way. I don't think he should be jumping to conclusions, but it is true that a lot of people act that way, just in the sense that not everyone is a nice person. But it's not all women. And him acting like it is all women, I mean, we all know what it is. It's misogyny. The M word that the internet still seems to struggle so much with. In this case, it is selective misogyny directed towards the dating scene, which is already a high emotion and kind of tense environment. I think most people, especially in dating, have experiences of being mistreated. I've been with people who have hurt me, and I have hurt other people. That's what dating is, especially when you're young. It's having fun, it's learning from experience, it's gathering data and making mistakes. It's hurting people, it's apologizing, and it's knowing what to learn from things. It's messy, but it's supposed to be messy because that's how we grow. Women have hurt me in the past. Shout out to those women. But I don't channel that into a hatred for every single woman on the planet. Men have also hurt me in the past. Non-binary people have hurt me in the past. Am I supposed to just project that onto every single identity in the world? No. I would be very tired if I tried to do that. I think Nino doesn't really understand that you're allowed to be hurt by someone without projecting that pain onto everyone in a similar identity. It's not really fair. You can be upset with the individual, but Nino seems to have slipped off the road and fallen down the hill into misogyny, or whatever TikTok version of misogyny this is. But honestly, I don't think Nino is watching this. But you know who is watching this? You. I know that at the very least, you and I are talking about this thing right now. So let's focus on us. What can we learn from this situation? Well, hopefully you know that misogyny and hating any broad identity is not a very fair thing to do. I'm confident that if you're a fan of my channel and me as a person, you're already on that same page. But what happens when we encounter someone like Nino who does think like that? How are we supposed to interact with that? Are we supposed to help them? Is that even possible? I spoke about this in my last video, but empathy, I believe, is taught fastest through experience. The ideal goal is for Nino to meet and to listen to women who can show him that not everyone of that identity is out to get him and hurt him. The issue is that we can't really control who Nino meets. For us, on an individual level, I don't think we can help him. Either he will grow from his mistakes and start treating everyone with respect, maybe he'll stay the same, or it'll get worse and he'll start, I don't know, getting tattoos about how women are awful. That'd be pretty bad. It gets so much worse. While I was editing this video, I received news that Nino had deleted his TikTok account. And it turns out he did this because he got called out for dating a 17-year-old and similarly advocating for doing so.
You shared this post in January, talking about how it's legal though if it's 17 to 19 at least. And then you posted this wondering why you only attract 17 to 19-year-olds. Gee, I wonder why grown women don't want to be manipulated and they already understand that that's what you're trying to do.
So that's a significant update. Fuck. Needless to say, I'm still disgusted and disappointed that this is even a thing in the first place, but at least his rap career is over. Joking aside, this is not super unsurprising, and I think if you dig into the past of anyone who advocates for this kind of stuff, you will find similar behavior. Well, that's all. I'm gonna go bury my head in the sand and cry. Bye. The response, as I've shown you, has mostly been people mocking his whole dominance thing and editing him to look like a baby. And in response to all that, he started a music career. So I don't think anybody is really reaching anybody here. And I don't know if we can fix misogyny online. That's been a problem for a really long time, and people smarter than me have tried to combat it, and it hasn't worked. I think the best we can do is to learn from it, try to understand it, and never, ever slip into those talking points ourselves. Because we can't stop this guy from being a misogynist, but we can stop ourselves from becoming one. Oh, and of course, there's one more thing we can learn from this. Change the batteries in your smoke alarms. They're there to help you. Also, they beep when you're filming, and that's always annoying. Thank you all for watching my video to the very end. I appreciate you doing that. I'll leave some video suggestions for you here on screen, as well as my social medias if you would like to see more of me off of YouTube. I hope you're all having a good week. I know school is starting for a lot of you. It is for me too. God, I'm sorry. That sucks, but we'll get through it. Please keep taking care of yourselves and others because obviously you deserve it. I'll see you back here for the next video, but until then, stay safe. I love you lots. Bye.